Okay, I'd like to call the liquor board to order. All our members are here. I'd like to welcome Jean Trethaway as our new member. Nice to see you. I have no announcements. Well, I did have an announcement. It was about you, Jean. Liquor board reorganization. Do I have any nominations for chairman?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Mr. Daniels, Chair.
Second.
All in favor? We need a vice chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Mr. Wandelier.
I'll second that. All in favor? Accept the meetings of May 21st, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Accept the minutes of June 26th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Abstain.
We do not have a liquor agent here today. There are no one-day licenses. Marquee update. David, you want to come up and give us an update?
Yes, it's been 3 months since we've been on this probation, so-called year. We had no issues, no nothing. We've been closing early on every day, every business day at noon. During the week, it's tough for us to have a manager on duty all the time when during the week, when there's like hardly anybody in the bar room. I have to have my bartender and a manager there full time.
Yeah.
And I'm paying out more money than what I'm taking in during the week because the extra person that are there. 'Cause we're not really busy during the week and stuff. And I'm asking for some kind of leniency. Weekends would be the same. I have a manager and a door person all the time, but during the week it's really not necessary.
Okay. Could I have a motion from one of the board members to do away with all the restrictions on Marquee?
I have one question. When you mean during the week, what do you mean during the week? Which days during the week?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We close Mondays.
So you're open 3 days during the week. And there's no business? The business
It's
is
hardly
slow, because nobody comes during the
everybody
week, right?
comes in there. And I got to pay an extra person to stand there and to watch over 3 people at the bar, 4 people at the bar.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. Could we lift the restrictions during the week and keep the managers? We would have to keep the manager on the weekend, right? Or do we have to either eliminate everything or is it?
Well,
Because it does get busy on the weekends, and that's when, you know.
That's when we do have functions. We don't have functions all the time. We do have a manager and a door guy on the weekends, Friday and Saturday, no matter what. No matter what. I'm keeping that the way it is.
I can, we placed restrictions because they were a violation
Yes.
with the bartender. And I think it's been 2 months, I think.
Yeah, well, two
And
and a half
I
months.
think we're not in the business of running the establishment. I'd rather let him be in charge of what he's doing. And if there is a problem, then we'll come back to it. But right now, we've got no input from our liquor agent, so I assume everything is good. So in my opinion, I'd like to let him run his business the way he sees fit. And if he needs an extra person on, then that's his decision.
Well, then I'll make a motion to take that probationary stuff off. It'll let Mr. Sansom and Marquee operate as normal.
Okay.
Providing, because you wouldn't know what would happen next time, right?
Right, of course.
Because it just can't,
Well,
it can't continue all the time.
No, but
Well, we don't know about next time.
Yeah, we don't know about
this.
next time, but-
That's not
Right,
even the
right.
statement.
I'll second the motion. Mr. Chairman, I have a question. Is that particular thing, we're lifting restrictions, that lifts the hour restrictions that we gave Mr.
Yes.
Simpson as well? Okay, just a clarification, so Mr. Tanner can go
In
back.
other
to-
words, he's in the same boat as everybody else.
Okay, so he can go back to what he was
You know,
doing.
and-
That
And
sounds
if there's
good.
a problem, you just call the police because that's what they're here for.
Right.
You know, I mean, the violation the last time was because your employee was the problem.
Yes.
And I think you're gonna take care of that now.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. All in favor?
Thank you.
All set, David. Good luck.
Thank you.
You don't, unless you want to, you don't have to hang on.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a public hearing on manager of the Fraternal Order of Eagles.
Great page.
Oh, so we don't have to.
Oh, it doesn't.
Could you give us an idea of what your experience is? And
I've been a member of the club and various organizations for almost 25 years now. Member of the Lions Club in town. I was a member of the Polish Club. I'm on the board of directors at the Eagles Club. I have been, or board of trustees on the Eagles Club. I have been in that role now for 6 years. I plan on continuing it into the future. Our roles as trustees is day-to-day management and operation of the organization. One person is designated because of the way the law works as being the bar manager, holds the license in their name. But we're a board of 5. So 5 people are the ones that make all the decisions in terms of running the physical assets of the location, alcohol sales, any other kinds of events, and so forth, charity events and everything we run. So I've got quite a bit of experience in not only as a member of the operation of the club for a number of times in similar clubs, but also in terms of the day-to-day management and operation of it.
thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
No questions, I make a motion to accept.
Second,
Mr. Page.
All in favor?
see it right.
Good, Tommy?
So I need to bring, they told me I need to bring a blank check.
Oh, that's me, yes.
The accounting software would not let the club write a blank check.
Okay, I can let you
So
know.
I'll give you a personal check.
I can let you know. I don't want you to do it out of your own
I
pocket.
can do it, I just need to know the amount.
Oh, all right. That I don't know.
You don't
It's probably
know yet?
about $60.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
So just let me know.
Okay.
All right, let
I-
me know
I
and
can
I'll
vouch
get
for
the club
Dr.
to cut it
Page.
right. I'll get the club to cut it right away.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Ray. Thank you.
Excuse me.
You can't have it. I don't think we can do it without. you.
Well, I think I told them they really didn't have to do this. It's just change manager.
Oh, this is the thing.
Yeah.
But we don't know who the manager is.
Yeah, Hannah, Wall.
Hannah Watt, it's Hannah Watt. I know the, I know.
Yeah, I think
he-
she's
he
been
is
here before.
for-
Yeah, she has. She came with the original.
Okay, let's do the change of manager at Cohasset. Form.
Oh.
Hannah was, husband is the superintendent of both those golf courses. That's how I know who that is.
Yeah, who it is, yeah.
She's married to Ken Durakis?
No,
Oh,
no, Ryan Watt. Ryan Watt is the superintendent of both golf courses. He's the top guy. I see him all the time at the gym. So that's why I knew that last name was Watt.
You have a motion on Cohasset?
Motion made.
Second,
All in favor?
I guess we move this to next week. Maybe she's not here.
Well, we're gonna have to pass on the airport, unless they come up later. Next item on the agenda is review of the ABC's quota breakdown regarding retail active licenses. We have no change in that, right?
There was some change. I always have to make a note. They don't include the district licenses, so I have to add that. So basically, we have 9 all alcohol available and 3 beer and wine for the restaurants. We have no package stores at all.
No.
But, yeah, it's gonna change, but like I said, they don't include the district licenses.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion to accept that document.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
No, that was just mine, from the ABCC.
Yeah.
No.
So that's all set.
Well, if anybody had any questions or if you wanted to review it, but, I don't know what page it is, about halfway through the documents-ish. Reflect this.
We've done that before. Okay, a review of the 2027 liquor license renewal packet.
This is the packet that's gonna be sent out, I think the first week of September, ABCC said. So this will go out to all the liquor license holders with the instructions on what needs to be done and when. There's a lot of these notes and bolded and whatnot. There's a couple of differences in the last time, but for the most part, it's similar. The differences, the fire inspection is online now. It's not by paper, used to be by paper. Now you have to go online and do it. As always, there's a couple of documents that take a while to get here or to get to the owners. So I asked that they start the process now. May or may not. But it's basically the same thing as I send out most every year. I have sent out a couple emails saying this is coming, please make a note. These are the addresses I have, make sure your address is correct. And I haven't heard back from anybody.
How can you have a fire inspection online? Don't you
Well, it's
have to
it's
physically
no, the inspection doesn't happen online. The application happens
on
online.
the application.
Yes,
Is he gonna be able to get to all these places?
we did last year. It's him and like Mike and Dorothy.
Mr. Chairman. I'm under the understanding as well now, the DOR and your certificates of compliance and in good standing are done online, and I think you're getting back, the turnaround is like a week and a half. So-
It used to be months.
And now it's, once it goes in there, you fill out the application, if your taxes are paid, everything's up to date, they kick it out within a week and a half.
Mhm.
So it
And-
should, there'd be no excuse to not to have it all done and in order.
And there is, when they come up to renew their license, if I get a list from the collector's office who owes taxes. And if they're on that list, they have to go back downstairs and pay in full or get a payment plan and then bring the information back to me. And then I also verify it with the collector's office. So generally, except for a few, they pay that day when they come to renew. And they can't handle their paperwork without it. And the next page is just the documents that we require for them to produce. All documents have to be handed in at the same time. It used to be whenever they felt like it, they could bring it in, but that's not the way anymore. And in the packet, I enclosed like the common vic application, the amusement, entertainment. So they have everything they need.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, when are you gonna be sending these out?
I have to wait for the ABCC to send me the documentation, but it's generally like the first week of September.
Thank you.
And I have notified all of the liquor license holders, this is coming, be on the lookout for it. So, we'll see. Yeah, yep. Including, the prices and the, ABCC's requirement for liquor insurance. Liquor liability insurance.
Now, there's different kinds of liability, isn't there?
There's a bunch of liability, but this is the one that the ABCC really cares about, the liability insurance. But they also have to have workers' comp,
I don't think the common pocket has workers' comp,
if they don't have any
because I
employees.
think they're,
Right,
Yeah.
I think they're the only ones, aren't they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know, I can't remember who does and who doesn't, but I have to look it up. But if it's,
Why would there be a reason not to have workman's comp?
you don't have,
Oh, no employees.
If you don't have no employees,
So.
so
Okay,
the owners are,
They're running
They're
that.
the ones running.
they're running it themselves, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense,
Thank
yeah.
you.
this is a list of type of licenses, looks like this. It's the type of licenses that are out, that are available, and there are a few potential pending license applications, but I haven't seen any paperwork on, other than the airport, which they were supposed to be here today.
So that South Street address has not applied for anything.
Nope. And I think the South Street and Main Street are the same owner, I can't think of his name, but he hasn't done anything.
Okay.
Thanks, as far as that. And the costs have not gone up or down, I think they stay the same.
Well, the cost is something that we gotta discuss with Jack.
Correct. Because we did make, well, the town made $30,000 last year on license renewals, and that's a pretty good chunk of money.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, through you. Section 5-104, fees and charges by municipal agencies in our town bylaws. I happen to be on that committee working on it.
Yes.
In section 5-104, it says, all elected officials or agencies other than the school committee shall consult with the town manager prior to the establishing changes and fees pursuant to this section. No charge or fee established pursuant to this section by any municipal agency or officer appointed by the town manager shall take effect until approved by the town manager. So I take this to say we can't do anything without the approval of the town manager,
As far as costs go.
as far as costs go. That's in our town bylaws, that's the
Okay.
section. Does that,
We can reaffirm our vote.
Right.
And request that he take action.
does that affect the liquor board? I don't know. I'm taking it that it does, because it's a fee.
Yeah.
And
What
we're
do you
trying
mean,
to,
does it affect?
we're an agency for the town.
You can request that the prices or the
Right,
costs change.
and he
but-
can say yay or nay, but yeah, it has to go through him. Anything we do when it comes to fees has to get the
Yeah.
approval.
Because
or
we
just-
have done it in the past.
Waived fees? Oh, that was COVID though.
That was COVID. Well, now we got
You can have that if you want.
depression.
I think I have it. I think I have a copy home.
I can make copies and email them out.
Well, it's a town bylaw, you can have that if you want.
You're right up there with the town bylaw. But I'll email this to you guys.
So I have a question. So our last vote last year, that would have to be approved before it goes into effect on January 1st of 2027 with the fees that we amended. So,
Through you, Mr. Chairman, that would be my understanding, but
it's since you brought that up, we have to, it's a good thing to look at.
Well, I think what we should do is we should vote it again. If Lane is still interested in that, we should vote for the fees to be eliminated for 2027 and let the town manager determine the course that he wants to follow.
That's fair, that's,
Does that sound all right to you, Wayne?
I believe so. Yeah. Not to follow up on it, but I think that that's the case.
Yeah.
So,
Why don't we have a motion?
So
for
what
that?
are
Jack's
we,
gonna put the kibosh.
what are we actually looking to do? Eliminate fees for each of
Yeah.
the establishments?
Yes, for 1 year only.
Oh, for 1 year. Okay.
May not happen, but
We're trying to get the rest of these licenses, people to, and with the fact that maybe eliminating the application fee might encourage people to come forward and maybe, but just for this 1 year, because we have a bunch of them, and we're about to lose the other, we're gonna lose the other ones, correctly? The
Yeah.
district ones are about to
District
go
license.
by.
Well, they're trying to extend it.
Okay, that'd be good if they
Yeah.
signed it, but if not, then, but we're just trying to get people to, that was our major, I think that was the thought behind it.
yes.
So,
well, we voted on it already, Gene, so we might have to re-vote it again in order to have it, keep it up to date, to submit to the, town manager.
And you'll need to make an appointment with John to discuss this,
Yes,
depending on what your vote is.
so we need a motion.
so moved.
Second,
All in favor?
I abstain, Mr. Chairman.
One abstention. Okay. Board member discussion. I will start with Daniel.
well, welcome, Gene, we have a full board now, and, good luck to all of us, thank you.
Welcome
Gary?
aboard.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Nice to meet all you guys.
Wayne, anything?
No, sir.
I'm all set. Okay. Next meeting. When are these going out? September 1st?
First week of September, hopefully.
First week of
As soon
September?
as I get the stuff from PVCC. There will be a one-day liquor, I'm thinking, from Dark Horse for the Autumn Fest. So at some point, I may be asking somebody, at least 3 of you guys to come in and sign it, but I'll let you know.
Should we have a meeting, like, within a couple of weeks or what?
It's up to you.
Because I'd like to take care of that thing with the airport if they don't show up, you know, I mean, sooner or later.
Inspiration. Okay.
Okay. Well, why don't we do September 17th?
Is that good for you, Gary?
Not really. What time? At 4 o'clock, Mr. Chairman?
No, 1 o'clock.
1 p.m.
$500.
and 9 cents.
Oh, and 9 cents. Oh.
Yeah, he throws that 9 cents in, he won't let you forget it.
Oh, who has the?
Need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Thank you very much.